It was decided that this family conference inside the Golden Land would be moved over to the mansion. This place may have been gorgeous, like a VIP room, but there was no heating and it was a little cold. It wasn't well suited for a long conversation. They thought of the possibility that someone might snatch the gold away while their backs were turned, but of course no one would manage much with just human hands in a small amount of time when it's 10 tons of gold they're dealing with. In fact, it might be said that having this mountain of gold in the background was actually robbing them of the ability to make sound decisions. So they agreed to return to the mansion, in part so that they could regain their composure and continue the conference more ruthlessly. Oh, of course, because now, oh, my job's done. I'm just gonna go to sleep now.
Oh, 悪いな。気を使わせちまったか。
あなたへのお礼は明日改めてさせてちょうだいね。恥ずかしいところを見せてごめんなさい。
あなたは辞退すると言ったけど、私たちはあなたへの感謝の気持ちを込めて第一発見者の一人にふさわしい分け前を用意させていただくわ。ねえ、兄さん。
うん、君ほどの人だ。我々の事情は察してくれると思うね。
$20 billion yen in gold isn't something they wanted out in the open. They didn't want an outsider like Erica telling people about it. Of course, Erica had already reasoned out that much. Oh, fuck. She'd worn an unpleasant smile on her face, so she'd understand all too well.
私のことはお気になされなくて結構です。もちろん口外する気もありません。したところで証拠を示せぬ限り、誰も今夜は良いものを見せてもらいました。眼福でしたので、私はこれでもう十分です。
そうね、10トンの黄金なんてなかなか見られるものじゃないもんね。
Seeing the gold was the spectacle? No, it wasn't. Of course not. Judging by Erica's dark nature, it's obvious what she's happy about. I thought about telling her to just go away, but I wanted to leave all this all behind me. Myself, fuck. I tried to head back to the guest house along with Erica, however, Kyrie grabbed my shoulder. Damn it!
バトラ君はダメよ。あなたも一緒に来てちょうだい。
Oh boy.
せやせや、君は今や立派な次期当主なんやで。お父さんにお目通りして、早くそれを認めてもらわんとな。
Oh, I'm sure we'll see him.
それを決めていいのは当主様だけです。勝手なことを決めないように。
バトラ、面倒だろうが、もうしばらく付き合ってもらうぜ。
Sure, Dad. I think this is the one time you want me around.
お前は何も言うな。黙ってうつむいてりゃいい。
That's what I planned on doing.
分かったな。
好きにしやがれ。
It would have been easy to say that I had no interest in being successor to the head, but I was sure that would only add more oil to the fire. Even if I hadn't been ordered to keep quiet, saying shut up like a clam is almost certainly a good idea. In that case, would it really be so bad if they just let me go back to the guest house? Dad put his arm firmly around my shoulder and I told him it was uncomfortable and to let go. However, he didn't pay attention to a word I said. God damn it, Erica. I wanted to keep this quiet for as long as possible.
解けたな。お前のお望み通りに。お前がゲームマスターの時にはいつも手紙が来るもんな。碑文を解いてみろ。解けなきゃ皆殺しだ。みたいな。
Why'd she want to make us solve the riddle of the epitaph? By solving it, we found a mountain of gold. Yippee for us. And what about Beato? Did she gain anything by having us find the gold? Or did she lose something?
チェスパン思考にのっとる限り、人は自らが損になる一手は打たない。
だからお前は俺たちが碑文を解くことで何か得をするはずなんだ。
いいえ、碑文を誰かが解くことでこの子が何かを得ることはありません。
Why? Why? Is it... The only thing I can think of is she doesn't gain anything, but she wants the people to be happy? Or not, you know, fight over gold or whatever? Like that, like, because, you know, they all have money problems, so if she, like, tries to spur them into solving the epitaph, and she doesn't kill them because she made that promise that, hey, I won't kill any of you guys once someone solves the epitaph. Could it be that she just wants them to have money? But again, why not? Because she obviously knows what the answer is, so why not just tell them? The thinking of this is just absolutely crazy. But the only idea I could have would be what I just fucking said, because it kind of just went out of my fucking head. That she wants them to have money because they have no money, and she feels bad for him. Maybe. I'm really not sure. Because she doesn't gain anything. I've always thought she was, like, you know, self-centered. But she might not be. I don't know. It's hard to say. Are you sure that's alright? Oh, you can fucking say it.
こいつに断らずに勝手に赤き真実を使っちまっても。
Yeah, it'll probably be fine. She can't say no.
この子もそれを望むでしょうから。
Probably. Virgilia, who had suddenly appeared here, quickly gave me an answer to my question with the red truth.
俺は過去にベアトが碑文を俺たちに解かせようとするのは黄金の隠し場所を見つけさせて横取りするためだと推理したことがある。
No, I knew she solved it first. That's a guarantee. She has solved it. That's a fucking guarantee. 100% the culprit has solved the epitaph. Because there's no way for them to know and to stop the killing if someone stopped the epitaph. They solved it. And, you know, in episode 2, they had 3 bars of gold, so it's obvious. It's obvious to me, at least.
それも違うのか。
はい。第一、もともと黄金鏡の黄金はこの子のもの。見つけさせる必要も横取りする必要も何もありません。
Interesting. So it has to be for the family. But again, why not just tell them where it is? Maybe you can tie it together with the with my theory that, you know, she is actually a child, or in this case the son of Kenzo. Maybe that child was trying to be forced onto Natsui and she rejected it. That could be true. Then, like, because in that sense he would want it to be the heir. So that's why he's probably telling Natsui, hey, this is your child now? And she's like, hell no. It's not my fucking kid. And then she, I don't know, got rid of it. Put it in an orphanage. Comes back, ends up being a servant. Wants revenge in a way. So makes them suffer until they solve the epitaph, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. It's really confusing right now. Of course. Beato is Beatrice the Golden. She isn't the master of the Gold Line and the Uchirimiya family alchemist, isn't she? That totally makes sense. However, that makes me even more confused. Even if someone exposed the answer to the epitaph's riddle, Beato has nothing to gain. No, on the contrary, her own gold might be stolen away.
なら、 ますますにわからない。非分殺人はわかる。後ろ宮家に対する復讐とか、あるいは魔女としての力を復活させるための儀式とか、こいつなりの理由や目的があってやってるんだろうからな。だが非分の謎を解けというのにはどんな意味があるんだ。俺たちが解いても解かなくてもこいつに得るものは何もない。
Well, we've already discussed that this definitely isn't a crime that is the most logically based, because there's a lot of things that don't make sense and aren't the best move to make.
ベアトにとって非分の謎が解ける解けないという問題は無価値なものなんだ。
そうですね。非分の謎が解けても解けなくても、この子にとって得るものは何もありません。
解けても解けなくても、それはつまり非分の謎自体がベアトにとって無価値だということになるんじゃないのか。
そうですね。非分の謎はこの子にとって何の意味もない。
Didn't say that in red though.
ならばそれを無価値であると極論しても言い返せないかもしれませんね。
Beato, why are you making us solve the epitaph's riddle? It obviously means something, because there'd be no point to solve it if it meant absolutely nothing. So that is not true. It has to mean something. There's no way it just doesn't mean anything. That's foolish. If we liken the witch you are to a pair of scales, the epitaph murders lie on one plate, and the riddle of the epitaph lies on the other plate. For some reason, she's saying that she'll stop the epitaph murders if the epitaph is solved. In other words, the epitaph murders and the epitaph's riddle are worth the same to Beato, like two sides on a balanced scale. That means that both the epitaph's riddle and massacring all the relatives are equally significant from Beato's point of view. But Virgilia responded with the red text. Regardless of whether it is solved or not, Beato has nothing to gain. It could be already viewed that they've already lost everything, and that they're just doing this out of pure misery and hatred. That could be it. That you don't gain anything if they're solved or not, because you just don't care. You have nothing to gain. Like, once you feel like you're at the very bottom, you don't, no matter what, it doesn't feel like you gain anything. That could be it. Maybe, I don't know. If she has nothing to gain, then this epitaph's riddle is meaningless and immaterial to Beato. In that case, how much are the epitaph murders which lie on the other side of the scales and are equal to the epitaph's riddle in value worth to her? Think, don't stop thinking. The epitaph murders and solving the riddle of the epitaph are equal worth. As long as the epitaph murders, which are Beato's goal, each time have this single way that they can be stopped, a way that she decides on herself. Both are worth the same thing to her. X equals Y, and whether the epitaph's riddle is solved or not, Beato has nothing to gain. Y equals 0. So in that case, what is X? It has to be 0. But it can't be that though. Because she felt bad about the murders, which implies that the riddle's epitaph isn't 0. It doesn't equal 0, because she felt bad about killing George. Because she wouldn't leave a pin number up there if she felt bad for someone. If she didn't feel bad, if she felt it was no worth at all. So she clearly felt bad about it, which means that the epitaph is more than 0 in that equation. It is some unknown value. Y equals Z. We don't know what the Z value is. Until we do, we can't solve that equation. But it is greater than 0. I can be for sure about that.
おいおい、それじゃ非分殺人もまた
No.
無意味、無価値ってことになっちまうぞ。
Because I go back to the third episode with the George thing. If the murders meant nothing, she wouldn't have felt bad. And she did. That's how you know it's different. And not zero. If it was meaningless, she wouldn't care. If she killed an extra person while breaking her promise.
こいつはご丁寧に予告気分に沿うように順番にバレないように次々殺していくというめちゃくちゃ面倒な手間を払ってまで毎度あのおかしな連続殺人を起こしてるんだぜ。その意味がなくなっちまうじゃねえか。
I turned the chessboard over and searched through Beato's moves over and over. This is always the first place I stumble. The significance of the Epitaph murders. Why'd she have to commit serial murders in a way that reproduced the witch's epitaph? If she wanted to kill the whole Ushirimiya family for revenge, it would be much simpler, safer, and more reliable if she just poisoned into the dinner. Or else went around killing people one by one in the middle of the night while they were sleeping. However, on the first evening, Beato sent us a letter that sounded like an advance notice, then carried out a 3-part serial murder with large gaps in between. Well, because that's to give time to solve it. The first people of the first twilight, the 2 people of the second twilight, and the 5 people of the fourth and latter twilights. We aren't fools. Once the first murder occurred, we barricade ourselves in somewhere to stave off many further murders. Furthermore, we quickly suspect a culprit among us and start analyzing each other's alibis. As the victims increase, the number of suspects decreases automatically, and Beato's chances of success in the serial murder drop closer and closer to 0. All of the Epitaph murders are like she's strangling her own neck, making it harder to succeed in serial murder. All for a useless ornament, all just for show.
こいつは自分で自分の目的の難易度を上げている。
But she still hasn't said that the epitaph is worth 0. She never said the epitaph was worth 0. She just has nothing to gain from it being solved. It doesn't mean it's useless. There's a key distinction. Just because you don't gain from something doesn't mean it's not useless.
そうなりますね。
You can have everything to lose, but it's still extremely important.
おかしな子ですね。
知ってるか？ミステリー小説ではこういう非分殺人のことを見立て殺人という。この見立て殺人が行われる理由を俺は3つに大別できると思ってる。
伺いましょう。
一つは非分に沿うことで証拠やアリバイをごまかし犯人に利するためだ。死んだふりをして自らを犠牲者に混ぜる古典もこれだし、非分に沿わずに殺人を犯しその発生順序を誤解させることによってアリバイを作るのもこれだ。
なるほど。非分に沿って儀式的に殺していると見せかけて、実は自分に利するように誘導しているわけですね。
And she could be. Because I do think she mixes in her own quote-unquote death.
面白いと思います。
だが俺たちのゲームでは死者が赤でとどめを刺されちまう。ゲーム版の世界ではごまかせてもここから俯瞰する俺たちはごまかせない。
Still haven't described how dead works. What does dead mean? And what does, a name mean? All that good stuff. So I still have that
だからこ
objection.
の最も王道となる目的は違うってことになる。
となると、見立て殺人を行うあと2つの理由は？
I think it's revenge. I think that's the key here because we already have at least 2 people that seem to have some heavy sins that need to be remembered. Battler and Natsui. I wouldn't be surprised if more do as well. And that might be the actual reason this is happening.
一つは偶然。
But this one might follow the fourth one's timeline thing, where everyone else quote-unquote dies, and only Natsui's left alive. Until the very end. That might be it. So she remembers her sin. It might go into that route.
意図せずして行った連続殺人がたまたま非分をなぞる形になり、目撃者たちが勝手に見立て殺人だと誤解するケース。人間はどのような事象にも因果性を求めてしまう。
That's true.
きっとそうに違いないと思ったらそう見えてしまう生き物だ。
なるほど。それも面白いですね。ですがどうでしょう。この子のゲームでは 第一の晩の殺人以前に常に事件が予告されている。
No, it's definitely planned. To suggest this murder isn't planned is absolutely ridiculous.
そして明白に非分殺人を遂行していることを示す手紙や状況証拠が次々に見つかるはずです。
Yeah.
ああ、そうだ。偶然なんかじゃない。ベアトは初めから非分殺人を見せつける目的で遂行している。俺たちが誤解してるんじゃない。これは明白な見立て殺人なんだ。だからこの理由でもない。
となると最後の一つの理由になりますね。
最後の一つはつまり恐怖だ。非分に沿うということは殺人が連続するという明白な予告だ。
Could it be a mixture?
生存者たちは続くに違いない殺人にずっと怯えさせられることになる。
Because I think it's a mixture of 1 and 3, in a way.
つまりこの子は死の恐怖を味わわせるために非分殺人を。
と思うと割と収まりがいい。
I think you can't just break it into just individual categories. I think it's a little bit of at least 1 and 3. Because it is to make him feel fear, it gives a structure. But it also requires a bit of 1 as well. I don't think they're all mutually exclusive.
グロい遺体損壊も悪趣味な装飾も全て俺たちを怖がらせるための演出。
誰を怖がらせるためなのですか？
だからそれは俺たちを。
The person who needs to remember their sin? After hearing that one line Virgilius spoke so casually, my thoughts clouded over once again. Is it really enough to just use the vague word, us? What is us? There are many humans in the Uchirimiya family. There's the head, the one who holds the rank of his successor, grandfather and Kraus, the relatives who have some pull in the business world. On the other side, you have the young cousins who usually visit at most once a year. And the unfortunate servants who just happen to be on duty. Even if the culprit hated all of us, they probably didn't hate us all equally. In other words, they might have made it clear which of those among us they particularly wanted to take revenge against and terrify. If we liken this to a kid eating dessert, isn't the strawberry on top of a shortcake the part you should eat last? No one tells you that you shouldn't eat it first, but our mentality leads us to saving it for last.
じゃあ最も恨んでいる人物を最後まで残したがるってことになるよな。ああ、俺の好きな小説の好きなキャラが言ってたぜ。そいつの親しいものから先に殺していって悲しみを味わわせてから最後に本人を殺すってのが一番恐ろしい殺し方なんだみたいなこと。
Battler's always left in the end, isn't he? Makes you wonder.
おやおや、恐ろしい小説もあったものですね。桑原桑原。
じゃあ最後まで生き残るやつが最もベアトに恨まれてるって。
But it falls apart with Maria. I don't think she hates Maria at all. I don't get that. I don't think she hates Maria. Maybe she just doesn't want. She doesn't want to actually kill Maria in the sense that she doesn't want to kill a girl or a little girl at, age 8, 9. Also, because she hasn't done anything wrong. And also, the idea of the Golden Land. If she lives until the end, she gets to go to the Golden Land. So you give her that hope. Who else is fucking left usually to the end? It's different every time. Besides, like, Battler. He's always at the end.
しかし毎回毎回殺される人間も順序もめ
Not
ちゃくちゃじゃねえか。
always. Not always. Because George usually makes it a little later. He hasn't died first recently. He didn't die first in the first one, nor the second one. Third one, it was all servants. Fourth one, it was the parents. Yeah. He hasn't died first in any of them.
最終的には死ぬにせよ、最後の晩まで毎回生き残るやつなんて。
Battler's the one constant, for sure. I'm the only one.
先に赤で申し上げておきましょう。バトラ君は犯人ではありませんよ。バトラ
Obviously.
君は誰も殺してはいません。これは全てのゲームにおいて言えることです。
Okay. Can we get to anyone else who isn't the culprit? I mean, I did think him a bit. I thought, like, oh, maybe they're doing a little clever trick here, like with the second game. It could have been possible. But I really did doubt it. It doesn't... I don't think it lends to a good story if the narrator and the point of view you're in is the killer, but they purposely omit a bunch of shit and make him less intelligent or not as perceptive just so to pull it off. I don't think it lends itself well to the mysteries genre.
ならなおのこと、俺ってことになる。
Definitely, well, your sin. We've already discussed that your sin is something that helps
こ
cause
いつが
this.
非分殺人を起こす唯一の理由は、俺に見せつけるためってことになる。
Maybe she hopes that you're the only one or the most likely to be able to solve it. Every time Beato brags that she chooses who to kill next with the roulette. However, I'm the only one she never kills. Though she does kill me in the end, she leaves me be until the very last moment. And before, like, the next episode, he's gonna die first. In all of these supposedly random games, there's only this one unchanging constant.
こいつは俺に復讐を。
Oh, for sure. I mean, we've already discussed your sin. I don't know what it is. I can only speculate what it is.
俺に恐怖を味わわせるために非分殺人を行っているというのか。
Feel remorse. Hopefully, make you remember what you've done.
それは違います。恐怖を味わわせるのが目的ではありません。誰かに復讐するためのものでもありません。
It isn't to have revenge. Well, I can spin that into it's not revenge if you're just trying to make someone remember their cause. You want them to remember and then apologize for what they did. So it's not revenge, but just sadness.
なら、やはり非分殺人には意味なんてないことになる。非分の謎も無意味。対となる非分殺人も無意味。X イコール Y イコール0。だが、その無意味をこいつは明白に俺に対して見せつけている。
If she thought they were meaningless, there'd be no point in showing it to you.
無意味なことと同価値の何を俺に求めているんだ。
No.
わからねえ。
Does not equal 0.
考えれば考えるほどにこいつが何を考えてるのか俺にはわからねえ。
Beatrice, the fickle witch who committed a meaningless, worthless serial murder. Even the epitaph's riddle, which the witch made into a condition to suspend the serial murders, is meaningless, immaterial. And she's thrusting this meaningless, immaterial thing in front of my face. What is it that you want from me? Or else, what is it that you want to give me? My idea that Beato must have been taking revenge on me has already been denied by Virgilia's Red Truth. Both X and Y, both Epitaph Riddle murders and Epitaph's Riddle mean nothing to Beato. They haven't said that though. It's just she has nothing to gain. It doesn't mean it's equal to 0. That's an important distinction. However, since she's thrusting in front of me, it must have some meaning. Exactly. The fact that she felt remorse for killing George, the fact that she left numbers, means it isn't meaningless. Which means the epitaph means something. She showed us the scales representing, if you don't solve the middle, I'll carry the epitaph. I'll carry out the epitaph's murders. In other words, neither the epitaph murders nor the epitaph's riddle have any significance to them by themselves. However, it becomes meaningful when she puts both halves on the scale and thrusts it out before us. No, before me. In other words, it should be like this. X equals 0, y equals 0. X plus y is greater than 0.